Our humor has to be PG again. So
I'm pretty sure butt jokes are PG.
Yes. Okay. Let me get to
No more ripping beefers?
Lol.
Oh dear. Okay. Let's see where we are. I think our... Here we go. Perfect.
We're doing the thing.
Yes.
Let's do
Audio's
the thing.
working.
Now you do
We're
your
here.
thing.
Alright. So I'll introduce us. Hello and good morning. Welcome to The Morning Brick. We are here to discuss the LEGO news, rumors, and opinions on 9:30s at Atlanta Brick Co. TV. We've got me, Mark, Daniel, and Joe. Joe, hey! You're back from New Zealand. How was the trip?
It was fantastic. Yes, quite well, quite good.
Sorry.
Still good? The audio's working.
Is
Yeah.
M for Mark?
Yes.
Oh.
And morning. Yes.
Well, we were talking about on a recent video about how silly it is for people to walk around with their giant first initials on things. So.
I don't
Sorry,
know a big
Joe, go
Lego
ahead.
banner
I
over there.
What did I
you.
miss?
Is
No,
it
it was-
what video was that? Is that out now? Yeah, it was Worst Minifigs.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
out.
yeah.
We were talking about
Timmy.
Timmy Timebuster, how he just has a giant T
Oh,
on
yeah.
his shirt because his name is...
I'm Timmy.
Timmy,
And this is
yeah.
my T.
Yeah.
Mark's walking around with a big M. All right, anyway. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
no,
Joe.
it was a great trip. It was fantastic. Absolutely loved it.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about, but we can always do that later.
Okay. Yeah. We might bring that up later if we run out of news to talk about. We don't have a
That's
ton of
fair.
news, so then we might be circling back to your trip.
I think we have enough that people will want to discuss what has been leaked.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we got a lot of comments. Hold on.
BJ's coming in from Cambodia once again, where it's 8:30 p.m. and 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that
Oh
sounds
well,
nice.
it's 9:30 here, of course,
And
and it is
cold.
35 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's so cold. I don't like it.
It was definitely below freezing last night.
It was cold last night
It was
and
late
this morning.
summer in New Zealand, and then I came back and it was cold again. I was like, what happened? It's not supposed to be winter.
AZ Dave says, due to time change in Georgia, morning break is at 6:30 my time. Isn't Arizona one of those states that doesn't
Yeah.
they don't do
They don't
daylight
change.
savings?
Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah,
Which-
honestly, good
I'm
for them.
honestly I'm jealous. I
But
wish
now
we
are
didn't have it.
they AZ Daves, are they daylight savings time always on or always off?
Are we
'Cause I
on
think
or
right-
off right now?
I don't know. I always lose track.
Phrase
But
it
I,
like
I
that?
think the, well, no, there is one. There's one where it's like daylight savings time begins and ends. So there's one half that's on and one half that's off. I don't know. I'm pretty
I
sure
don't-
the law that they're trying to
Well,
pass is to
they're-
be always on.
They're in Arizona, and it's 6:30. And that's
Yeah, but I don't know what time it used to be for him.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's only two
Are
time
they-
zones behind us, so
They're
it
not.
should be
They're either
7:30.
mountain or.
So they just didn't spring forward
Yeah,
when we did.
I'm sure we'll get
They're
more
back.
info.
I don't
on
know.
that. We
Something
don't
like
know.
that.
They stay on
We don't know how
one and
daylight
we
savings
ship back
times
and
work.
forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Brickfires also
AZ is
said,
awesome for no
are
time
you
change.
streaming an hour earlier?
Mountain Standard Time.
No, it's 9:30.
No, I think it's 9:30. Yeah, all of my devices are saying 9:30 Eastern time. So I don't know if we're on a different hour, but we recently did spring forward
We did.
here in Eastern time. I don't know if it's the same for Mountain Time, Central Time.
Or Brickfires is in Greece. I don't even know what they do.
Morgan
over
says
there.
we have just started daylight savings time.
That's what I thought, because if he's 2 time zones behind us, it should be 7:30 to 9:30.
So I'm pretty
If we
sure
didn't
the law they're
spring
trying to
forward.
pass is to be always
This?
this time. So if they ever do pass it,
I
it
don't
would
care.
be the
I just want it
fall
to
one
stop.
that you- Yeah, no, that's right. Because the fall one, it's nice because you get the extra hour of sleep, but that's when it starts getting dark at like 4 p.m.
And that sucks.
And that sucks. So we're trying to get rid of
That's
that one.
fair.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway.
Now to Lego.
let's talk about some Lego.
Okay, so what has happened in our Lego week? That's our segment where we talk about
Yeah.
Lego things that have happened to us in the past, since the last time we did this. So, Daniel, what has happened to you, Lego-wise, this past week?
I was getting backed up on unsorted pieces, so I
Mm.
spent a good chunk of the last couple evenings just emptying out my to be sorted bin.
Sorting stuff
So
out.
yeah, I've still got probably another evening or two worth of stuff to do, but
Mhm.
just putting in a little work while I'm in between projects.
Gotcha. Now, do you sort your Lego by color or by part?
I'm mostly sorting small pieces by part is what
Okay.
I'm doing, so it's a lot
Yeah.
of
Nice.
very little, studs with the hole in the middle, studs without the hole in the middle, 1x1 tiles, 1x2 tiles, little tiny stuff.
Do you listen to podcasts or watch movies, or what do you do while you're
Yeah, I
sorting?
usually listen to Atlanta Brick Co. TV on YouTube. I listen to the store tours and the morning brick.
You actually watch?
Well, I do too.
I-
I just put them on in the background.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's
I put on some old store tours or something.
That's good.
Listen to Mark's sweet, sultry voice.
It's quite soothing, isn't it?
Fantastic. All right, so Joe, what happened to
Sultry
you?
the right word? I don't know if that's the right word I was looking
Sultry
for.
is more like, hey, babe.
Yeah,
It's
okay, not that.
It's like Joe on a typical Tuesday. Anyway, so,
Tuesday.
yeah, so
that's
Joe,
right.
what Lego stuff has happened to you this week? I think you have some pretty cool
Yeah, I
news.
mean, I've just been building Rivendell. That's about
Oh,
it.
yeah, not that. Not that one. Nope.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
sultry maybe,
No,
but anyway. So,
no, I
Rivendell.
started building Rivendell. It came in while I was gone, so I had it shipped to my parents' house because I didn't want that sitting on my doorstep until I got back. So I went and picked it up and started building it Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I finished the first section, and now I'm working on the second section because I can only do a little bit in the evenings, but it's huge. I saw Ethan's built, and it's so much bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's how long is it? Like almost 3 feet
it's
long?
30 inches long. So
Okay,
it's like,
yeah, not
it's
far
like this,
Yeah.
but then it's like this deep. There's also like this tall, so it's just huge. It's
Mhm.
very overwhelming presence, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. So yeah,
Gotta
that's
be
my
careful.
Lego.
Somebody's gonna clip out these sound bites and do something bad. How about you, Mark?
Yeah, well, so nobody's made any weird supercuts of us yet, but that would be. I'd find it hilarious. I don't know if Chris and everybody else would.
I
Oh,
mean,
there
I
we
think-
go. BJ says Mark's dulcet tones. That's a
Hey,
good one.
I love it. That's
much,
sweet.
that's
Like-
much better.
Sweet and soothing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a new segment. Mark's dulcet tones.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I could do
okay.
ASMR or something. I
And
don't
now
know.
we're talking. Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm in a sword brick as we
Hard Lake
talk.
So-
City drama.
hey.
Oh, Marcel.
Cancelled. All right, no. So for me, Lego wise,
Bow, bow. I've been feeling.
we're gonna get copyright strike. Okay. So for me, it was actually not Lord of the Rings. It wasn't sorting, although I should be sorting. It was.
Yeah, you keep just sweeping stuff into that bin and not doing anything with it.
It would be Belleville that has been distracting me for the past week.
Yeah.
I got 2 Belleville sets on Bricklink for very cheap, $40 each, sealed. And I'm like, these are fantastic for the pieces. And I was fully intending to just kind of part them out, but after building them, I really like them. Like,
If
they're
only
really cool.
somebody would tell us in long-form video format more about Belleville and other themes that,
And that
are
does-
often
That would be
overlooked.
great. Oh my gosh! If only we could do that on this
That
channel.
ties into our Between the Studs coming up, which I think is going to be the most underrated themes, one of which that I picked was Belleville. So,
Fair enough.
anyway, so that was me this week. I had a great time, and I will continue to have a great time with Belleville. So, yeah.
Morning, Sam Williamson.
Yep.
Yeah, Brickfire said the Riverdale set looks very cool. How is the building experience? It's super fun. I mean, this is a very enjoyable build. Even doing the tiles on the roof wasn't too bad. You literally can just like kind of put them on there, and then you just.
I even predicted that before the set came out. I was like,
It just
knowing
made
Mike Psyche,
sense.
there's going to be some
Technique,
thing that
yeah.
you can slide through there.
I mean,
and yeah, sure enough.
If you didn't have that option, like just having to put them on there and like wiggle
Oh,
one,
no, that would
that'd
be
be
horrible.
horrible.
Because how many of them are there?
Oh,
like
there's
hundreds?
hundreds.
The
Yeah.
OCD would be real. Yeah.
But yeah, that helps a lot. That makes it very easy.
BJ says underrated themes is a good topic idea. That is a
Great.
good topic idea, BJ.
I'm glad we thought of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is good.
I was saying we got underrated things we can talk about. It's good subject. So, and it's actually we didn't agree on all of them, so it's going to be fun to watch. Anyway, all right. So let's get to some real Lego news. I don't think there's a lot to talk about this week.
There's definitely enough.
Some weeks
I've
like
got
the
a fair
Yeah, I
bit.
feel like there's a good amount.
prior weeks we've had like gigantic multi-page leaks with tons of pictures. This one we got a couple announcements, a couple leaked things to talk about. Who wants to start with a piece of news here? So.
Oh, let's see. Something new I saw this morning was the Land Rover set.
Mm.
This is something we had heard a rumor a while ago. I think that they were working on one, but Joe, quit peeking. So new Land Rover set. It's large. It's sand green. It looks like a Land Rover, so that's good. There's some cool accessories on it. There's like these cool builds for like gas cans and a toolbox or something that are strapped on the top, like a fire extinguisher, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it is
Looks
obviously
green.
mostly system, but there's like some large Technic
I don't know
brakes
why
on the
those are
side.
there.
I think it's for like there's like a mesh or a grill
Yeah,
or something
I think it
that
looks.
goes
I would
over
take
it.
that off, but that's just me.
I just
personally.
like that it's sand green. Honestly, anything
Yeah.
anything big we get that's sand green, like we had
That's
the
fair.
typewriter, we had, those are always nice if you're looking for some unusual parts. So you get some nice wheels, some mud guards and things in sand green.
Yeah.
So should be good parts at the very least if you're not interested in Land Rovers. But it is a mostly system build, but it's got a lot of Technic outside of it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting in that way. The roof rack is
Yeah.
mostly Technic.
Mhm.
The chassis, I'm sure, is mostly Technic. So
Mhm.
I wish we could see the front of it, but unfortunately, it's only very small in the corner
Yeah.
of this image that we've got. But it does look like it's got maybe a tow hook or something with a winch on the front.
Yeah,
bumper
big
there.
bumper, yeah.
Mhm.
This one is interesting. The photo of it on a mountain, I'm guessing it's Scotland or somewhere, but the photo makes me think that this is a mock. It makes me think that this isn't real. Like, it's
Yeah.
just somebody made it, but I don't know.
I did kind of look through
Well-
the description carefully to see if this was something that was not official, but just looking at some of the parts that are in this, I'm pretty sure there's parts here we've never seen
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Well,
So
I
I'm
can,
pretty confident
I
that
can
this would be
prove
legitimate.
to you that it's legit.
Why did they post it now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lego-
because
Lego
yeah, they had
posted
done a teaser.
A
yeah.
teaser about it, and they said it was going to be that vehicle.
The night
So
guy
the
chimes
background
in.
was-
Scotland? Says
Yeah.
Andy, the
Uh-huh,
night
we
guy.
called him. We summoned him.
him by talking about
Mhm.
Scotland.
No, it's nice. There's just a lot of stuff on the car, so you can't see. I'm sure it's optional to take that stuff off. But
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to see most of the car itself with all this stuff on it and the angle that they
that's-
posted here.
yeah.
If
You
it's-
can't see. It's like a teaser.
Yeah.
If it's like the DeLorean, then you should be able to completely change the
That's true,
spec.
yeah.
Yeah. But something interesting there for the. I assume that's an Icons set
Yeah.
now.
That's going to be cool, and it's a more unique perspective.
$239.
We typically get those in render form, so that's good to see kind of an outdoor photo from Lego. It's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's nice to see those promotional reveals.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so that was interesting to see this morning. Any other fascinating? Oh, actually, a little bit earlier we had Star Wars news. Want to talk
Yeah,
about
this the new
Yeah.
Star Wars set, the Mines of Mandalore, which is a droid crap
that?
thingy,
The spider droid of Mandalore.
which
yeah.
is a like 500 part set for $50, which usually sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at it and you're like, that's $50? Like, obviously, what everyone's talking about is the new Darksaber piece, which is great. I'm so glad they finally gave us something that was not just a rod. And then the new Bo-Katan, who looks fantastic. But the set itself is extremely mid,
Mm-hmm.
as the kids would say.
When there was the first leak for this saying that
The
they were going to
description of
do
it,
that
yeah.
droid, I was like, oh, this is going to be so sick.
Yeah.
It'll be this, spindly looking spider thing with all the like
Spikes
hoses
and-
and
Yeah.
chains and ropes and stuff. I was picturing what the type of mock that I would build based on that would look like.
Yeah.
And this to me looks more like that First Order like Walker set thing.
Yeah.
It's just really
So chunky.
chunky and beefy, and that's not really what I mean, it's hard to tell because the scene was dark, but
But not
I wanted
that.
something a little more spooky looking, and I really wanted the character
Yeah,
that
they
was
just
inside
gave
of
it
it
some
because that was
two
really
red
cool.
studs that were like the lights.
Yeah,
But
and at first I thought it was like a hatch that opened on top, like you could put something in, but I think
I
it's
think
just
that's
the
just
stud
fuzz,
shooters
yeah.
that hinge up and down to fire the stud shooters, which are
so I'm disappointed in
Unnecessary.
that set
Not even a sticker with an eye on it.
with
Yeah.
500 pieces
for $50.
for $50, they could have done a lot better, I think, on the build. But I think the figs make up
Figs,
for it.
people are gonna buy it just for the figs alone. I mean, the
Yeah.
Bo-Katan is really cool, and then she came with a new hairpiece,
New hairpiece for Bo-Katan.
so she
yeah.
looks really accurate to.
You're getting the helmet that should be the same as the N1 Microfighter, not the same as the Razor Crest because it's printed on. The print's the same, but it's on the other color. So the Razor Crest one will still be exclusive, but
Yeah.
that's the same one as the Microfighter coming out.
I didn't look at that. That's true. And then the new Darksaber piece, obviously, finally.
The Darksaber, I see why they've done what they've done because they'll be able to use this for other things in
Yeah.
the future. I understand why they're not doing dual molding or printing to get the white on it because that would increase the cost a lot.
Yeah.
But I think what people really did want more than the blade shape was the hilt shape. To have that kind of
I mean, it's
angled
very
guard and the
unique,
more
yeah.
squared off look as opposed to the standard hilt that hasn't changed
the way
since 1999.
the way I look at it, it's like, one step at a time. They gave us something different. They finally
Right.
acknowledged that we don't want just a black blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question is though, how many one steps are they going to make? Right now they
Yeah.
say, well, we've given you a Darksaber. Do you really have any case to argue? Well, we still want a better Darksaber.
Yeah.
I think you're just going to have to look to customs at this point.
And there's some really good ones out there. I mean,
Yeah,
I've picked
absolutely.
up some good ones.
Yeah.
But that part, I'm sure, will come in a lot of sets in
Oh,
different
they'll
colors,
use
and it's a
that
good
for
part.
lots of things
so.
now.
It's like a little blade or a spike or something.
Yeah,
You could
it's
use that
pretty
as
good.
textural stuff. It's great. So.
Yep.
Let's see, a couple of comments here. Ninjago has supposedly leaked a new season. That's news. That is pent-up
I
breaking.
had $44.99 for that. Was it actually $49?
Yeah, so Lego put it on the website for, I don't know if it was pre-order or just coming soon, but it originally it said $44.99 is what
They
people
changed
were
it,
saying,
okay.
but when it was actually posted, it was $50.
Okay.
So it's that little price hike.
The Night Guy says, say Scotland 3 times while playing Scotland the Brave on bagpipes, and I will manifest materially.
Okay.
We'll
I'll have to
keep that in mind. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Joe is speaking the language of the youth. That's right, Brick Virus. He's
I'll
very...
keep that in mind,
I'm
Andy, when you tell
trying.
me you don't have a ride to work.
Well, I have to go back to helping Free Scotland. See you guys at work. We'll see, Andy. Thank you for tuning in. Pre-order is $49.99, says Morgan, yes.
Yeah, okay, pre-order.
Morgan fact-checking us. Very good. But yeah, Spider-Mech, hearing the description sounded awesome. Looking at the mech, I think it's a little chunky. And I think they're doing that so that it's strong enough for a kid to go on the table and it doesn't fall apart immediately.
And that's what I realized, but it's...
That's cool. I just noticed that.
What, had it done the joints?
Yeah, so it's going to be able to bounce
rubberized. Yeah.
when you put it down.
That's the thing. They want it to be able to go, ooh, it's a
so
spider!
it'll be a
Yeah.
cool play feature, but
Yeah.
Not a good display
I think I'll
piece
just
by
wait
any
till the
stretch.
figs come in.
Yeah, Daniel,
Yeah.
what you need to do is you need to make a mock.
I probably will.
That is a
yeah.
cooler version.
I have done it with past seasons of The Mandalorian, done
Yeah.
a good mock, but
Mhm.
with
That'd be
something
cool.
like that, it would take me a while. It's not going to be very timely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one day you'll have to make the version that should have been.
Yep.
Alrighty. The other thing this is actually, I think, even slightly earlier than the Spider droid, but the official Indiana Jones pictures did release
That's right.
after our last episode, so we should probably mention them. That they look, fantastic. They're beautiful, and we're hoping to buy all of them. So, yeah.
I got something interesting. Lego did a video on their Instagram channel where they smashed a grand piano.
I saw that. What was that
So
about?
I don't want to hear any more business about us smashing Death
Yeah.
Stars or
Mhm.
smashing planes out in the parking lot because Lego,
Lego
did
said
it
it was
themselves,
okay
so-
with the grand piano too. Like we're doing this with some pretty
Yeah, so
mid
I
sets
don't want
or
any
sets
more
we
of your
need to take
nasty
apart.
TikTok comments or any of that mess.
Lego
Yeah.
said it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. That is an officially
It's promotional
legal
material.
technique.
Yeah, legal.
It
It's
is legal.
yeah,
Lego did it.
certified.
Yeah, and they slow mo
We're
it.
professionals. Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
We've been on this train for a while now. Lego's finally got on board.
Mhm.
So.
Okay,
About time.
This is a leak that I want to ask y'all if
Fake.
you think is
Absolutely
Yeah, I think it's completely fake. I think they just took one of the 212th. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might have seen a green clone leak floating around,
Mhm.
and it looks exactly like the 212th, but
yeah,
green.
I literally saw somebody make a video where they took a picture of the 212
And
and
just
they
changed
had a
it.
video where it just like switches from orange to green by changing.
Yeah, I was
with
like,
the-
that's probably
changing it in
so.
Photoshop.
There's a
easy to
slider in
do.
Photoshop
Yeah.
that
yeah,
allows you
you
to
can
do that.
change
Change
the
the
tinting
saturation,
color
yeah.
because it's the only color other than like the little bit of neck.
Yeah, you can't really
That's
get
in it.
anything out.
So I have extremely low expectations.
if it
for
is
that.
real, that's great. I'd love to be wrong on it, but I don't believe that
It
it is.
doesn't even look like a color green that they really
Exactly,
print.
yeah.
Maybe a bright
I just thought it was a little
green,
odd.
but
And the
Yeah.
exact same markings as the 212th. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that one. So that's one that people have been asking about. So I just wanted to address that. I think it's
Yeah.
fake. He also thinks it's fake. Mark, you think it's fake?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're probably not as experts on that as you or
Yeah,
other Star Wars
I've
people
seen a
might
lot
be,
of stuff like that. That's like, okay, we know that's fake.
Yeah.
You just changed it a little bit.
but do that.
Yeah, I saw. this one's fun. So I saw this description of a new Lego Batman set that will include a new Batman with dual molded cowl with white eyes.
Sounds cool.
And I saw another description that said it's going to be kind of like, the Captain Marvel helmet we got that had the little white eyes. So that kind of style, but a Batman cowl. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw a picture of it.
A blurry picture of it.
A
but yeah.
blurry picture, but a picture. Nonetheless.
It's
Look it
that's
up,
not gonna
guys.
show up,
I know.
but okay, it looks like
I showed
when
Daniel this
It
morning.
looks like when you take a balloon and you put it over someone's head, so it comes down to their nose, and then they stick their thumb in their mouth and they blow it up and they go, and their head the balloon on their head gets like a little too big. He looks like his. I don't know.
It
looks like his
comes out
head's
so far from
swollen.
his face.
It looks a little bit like he's got some sinuses or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had to give it the thickness to have the material for the eyes. They had to make the whole thing a little bigger, and it just
Mhm.
It is at a
Looks
little angle on this picture,
inflated.
so it looks weird. But once we see better pictures, maybe it'll look better. But honestly, it just kind of looks goofy.
Yeah. Well, okay. When we saw the leaked images of the Quill from the UCS Razor Crest, he looked
Bad.
real jacked up. I don't know if the picture was
angles were
stretched or
horrible,
what,
yeah.
but I mean, this doesn't look like that. We're looking at a pretty clear-cut picture with somebody's
Just a little
hand
blurry,
for
yeah.
reference and scale. They just, I don't know what it is about people. Just wipe your lens off. It looks like they got
Yeah.
grime all over
Oh,
their
blur it
lens.
out, because then it'll look more leakish.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's always funny when those important pictures or videos like of leaked images or like
You
security
can't-
camera footage. It's always the worst quality.
I understand you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, but take 1 second to do a little bit better
I
job.
think it's supposed to be Michael Keaton Batman, from what I've seen. But I mean, I haven't seen those, so I don't know if the suit's
I don't
accurate.
know. Yeah, I don't know the suits well enough.
So
but
I
the
can't
logo
say for
looks
sure.
right for
But-
that.
So that means we could be getting cool Batman sets.
Yeah.
There's always hope. But Brick Virus said new Ninjago season. Why wasn't I informed?
Well, Michael
I
Keaton's
didn't
going to
see
be in
anything
the
about-
upcoming.
I know.
You didn't?
What
Flash movie.
Flash movie?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about
Sorry,
that.
Okay,
what
so
were you-
we'll briefly talk about Ninjago again because the comments are talking about it. But it's
I didn't see
yeah,
anything
there was
about
some
that.
images on Lego leaks that were dropped, and they were referencing stuff that was dropped on IMDb for Ninjago United,
Yeah.
which
Which
is
is
a
this?
new term.
Now let me.
that
might
looks like
be.
a
So
mock.
That's
Lego
it.
Ninjago United first look. First episode premiering April 7th. Many people
Thought
were
they were
skeptical of these images, but writer Chris Doc Wyatt has confirmed the images on the page are indeed real. But there are many false things on the fan-generated IMDb page, but the images are in fact real. So we've got
That's on the Brick Fan. So.
a couple. Let me get down here. A couple like posters and things.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Of some interesting looking mech suits in
Those
maybe
look
like a
like this.
magenta and turquoise kind of color scheme.
Very glowy.
Yeah,
Looks like
very
Tron.
very cyberpunky Tron, which is interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
That looks like Mount Fuji or something, but with a base built on top of it. Some subway
I had
images.
no
So
idea.
these
I
are like
haven't even-
concept arts or background imagery or something.
To be fair, I
The
haven't.
description is while the
watched the
ninja
last
visit their
season.
old enemies in Cryptarium Prison. None
How
of this
did they
means
do that?
anything to me. A new enemy
I know what it
prepares to
means.
destroy Ninjago using the power of time.
They've been there, done that.
Yeah, well, when you do the same thing
I
for
know.
12 years,
It's
you're
a
bound.
cycle.
I thought
History is doomed to repeat
I haven't
itself.
seen season 16. That's the latest one. I haven't seen it yet,
The-
but I
was
thought
that
it was
crystallized?
Yeah, I thought it was the last one. So I guess not.
Well, they were touting it as it was like the last one with certain writers or something, and then they kind of overhauled.
So
some
maybe it's
people
going to be
decided
completely
leave the
different.
project.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yes, Morgan, it is a new hair mold for Bo-Katan.
It looks great too.
It's so accurate. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Stickers on the new Indiana Jones set has put me off the new diorama set. Are you talking about the main temple one?
Yeah.
The Temple of the Golden
Probably
Idol?
because the stickers are the quote. That's it.
The quote tile is odd because the Star Wars ones were they all prints?
Yeah, and so was the Jurassic Park one.
Yeah,
and that was
and
$100.
the same thing,
set.
right? Black 2x6
Yeah.
tiles with a quote.
So
yeah.
I thought that
Kinda
was
unusual.
that was weird that they changed that.
Yeah, everything else I understand. Let's see if there was any other chats to catch up on. Joe is speaking the language of the youth.
I do try sometimes. I'm trying, guys. I'm learning very slowly what they say these days.
Yeah, I think we're caught up. All right, let's see what else I got here.
Stanley Pratt did say, hopefully less mechs and more dragons, so that's good, yeah.
That's fair. I would
I
agree
didn't
with that.
see any dragons in the image, but I saw at least 3 mechs, so I'm gonna say don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, the dragons are coming. The dragons are, I promise.
I want.
Did we talk about Donkey Kong last week?
Yes, a
We
little
did,
bit.
and
yeah.
Dry Bowser's Castle. All right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, those were cool. I
Take
saw
that one
those.
off.
They're good.
We have a Easter basket gift with purchase coming March 16th, with purchases of $70. If you're into that kind of thing, I mean, it looks like a pretty standard Easter set. It's got the little basket. It's got a little bunny in it. I'm sure it'll be nice. $70 is probably one of the lowest gift with purchase thresholds we've seen
That's fair.
in
yeah.
a good while. So at least you're getting something if you're not putting in over $100 on Lego.com.
Yeah.
Something to trade in or resell or whatever. Get a little money back.
Mm-hmm.
Something nice.
Yeah, that.
Oh
that
yeah,
even
now
more
we're just
proves
making
it.
them whatever color we want.
Yeah.
Now
Now
we
that
got,
looks like it's Sharpied, not
Yeah.
even...
you can even tell that the rest of it, except the yellow,
Yeah.
like it's all black and gray and white printing, but it like looks too grayscale.
Yeah.
In the other.
And
color.
look, it's like they're making fun of it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh look, you can just change the color.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry for you guys who are excited for a 442nd Trooper. I don't think so.
That's too
Is
bad.
Grumpy J in the chat? Is Grumpy J here?
He was earlier. He was busy talking to contractors about work that was
Talking
being
to
done.
contractors. Oof.
Fancy,
All right. Well,
fancy.
let me know if you hear. Let me know if you hear Grumpy J. Got a bit of news for you.
Hmm.
Hopefully less mechs and more. Yeah. Okay. Especially the plaque on the front. Covered that. What else you got?
We got
Or-
like pictures of the figures from the train, the Disney Celebration
Oh,
train.
some close-ups.
Yeah, so there's the
Okay.
the Moana, which actually looks really
Moana.
good.
Yeah. She looks pretty good.
The Woody, I mean, he looks
The
about
Woody,
the
I think,
same.
is the same as the recent ones we've gotten.
And I mean, he
Peter
looks
Pan
a
looks
little worse.
identical,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think his pants.
I'd have to do a
different.
side by side.
Then the Tinkerbell, I like the new wings they gave her. Those
It's just
are
good
good.
we're getting a Tinkerbell at all.
That's
Yeah,
fair,
but the
'cause
wings.
the other one's
yeah,
expensive.
the wings are nice, better
And
than
then
the other butterfly
she's
wings.
got a weird skirt piece. that-
Yeah,
Another
Minnie-
Minnie
so we've got
Mouse.
Minnie Mouse with a fabric.
Which you can tell by the
Thing.
picture that her hand is keeping it pushed down. So like if their hands are up in the air, it's just gonna be straight out everywhere. Like
Yeah.
fabric does not work that well.
That was the problem with the capes with the one hole
yeah, they
back
just
in like the 90s.
stuck out.
But now they've actually gone back to doing the capes
But
with
with
one
the-
hole for like superheroes, so it makes sense. It looks like the
and they
cape
also
is,
are
like,
doing
flying.
it with the it's not starched, it's the
the spongy
spongy, so that
lays
folds
flatter.
down a little
Yeah.
better.
And I know we're gonna get gripes about this from Star Wars fans saying you can do a cloth cape for a Disney figure, but not a
Yeah.
Star Wars figure.
Mm-hmm.
This Mickey looks good.
I kind of like that. He's
I
got
like
a
the
nice
torso.
like waistcoat with
Yeah.
a pocket watch.
You can use
Very
that
cool.
for a train conductor too.
Yep.
Well, there's
It
actually
is
there's
a
a really
train.
cool one for the. I only found out about this recently because I found the parts on Bricks and Pieces. The Lighthouse Keeper from the Lighthouse set
Yeah.
has like a really cool hat and a torso print that looks kind of like a. It's in dark blue.
Yeah,
It
I've
looks
seen
like
that.
the Polar Express
That's
train
true. I
conductor.
didn't think about that.
So I picked up a
Ah.
couple of those on Bricks and Pieces, and I may do some Polar Express
Nice.
things in the future.
Yeah. Oh, Duderberg says too cold in Noonan for a Lego T-shirt. Yeah, pretty much. We're all wearing at
It's
least
35
a
degrees!
sweater. Yeah.
It's so cold.
It's cold outside. It's not too cold inside, but we're still just not excited about 30-degree weather here in Georgia. So
Yeah,
Quite
for sure.
horrible.
All right, well, I don't see Grumpy J here, but maybe he'll watch this later, so I got some news for him. Because on November 2nd of 2022, he placed a wager on this channel. A wager that by today's date, Wednesday, March 15th, Joe's car would in fact be less valuable than a sealed Nexo Knights Fortrex. So I'm here to report on the findings from said investigation.
Oh wow!
But after putting in Joe's car on Kelly Blue Book, the correct make, model, color, and mileage, his Kelly Blue Book value trade-in range is between $150 and $414, with a estimated trade-in value of $250, while a sealed Nexo Knights Fortrex is the cheapest one you can currently buy in the United States is $207, therefore less. The Atlanta Brick Co. price is $299.
So did you also look,
Average also about $250. So they are
They're
pretty
close, but
pretty close.
you're looking at what you can buy the Vortex for. Did you look at what you can buy the car for?
Well, so that was the
Not what you
trade-in
can trade it
value.
for.
Now everything is worth what someone's willing to pay for it. So
Exactly.
in that case, I'm going to value Joe's car at $0.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
And I'm going to value the Fortrex at
$5.
at least $5.
Yeah.
Sure. So
Cool.
I'm going to say that in fact a sealed Fortrex is now more valuable than Joe's car.
the fact that it's comparable is hilarious.
Now, to really compare this for the bet, because he was saying that this was the day that they would be equal in value,
It's
you would have to
close.
kind of average the trending values and see where the lines actually intersect, and I was not going to go to that much trouble. So
Yeah, that's
somebody
a lot
more
of
ambitious
extra.
than I feels like actually cooking up a
I would say
a
my
model
car's
for
worth
that.
more than that.
Yeah,
it's
no
also
grabs.
a car.
maybe to you.
Yeah, that's fair. I've had it for 3 years. So.
Yeah, no graphs this time, but that is hilarious how close that was though, because it's like, anyway. It's amazing.
Yeah. And you paid $500 for it. That was how
Yep,
many years ago?
over
Years
3
ago?
years
Yeah,
ago.
I'm sure it's worth less than half of that.
Morgan says, nope, I am not signing up to produce that value. no
Yeah,
worries.
this is very
No
much
worries,
not
Morgan.
worth it.
Yeah, we're good.
You got, we'll save your energy for more important things.
Thank you, Morgan.
Tutor Brick said you could push both of them around. Ooh, I mean, I guess you can.
Flip it into neutral and just
Uh-huh.
if you want
roll it
to.
around the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me play with my car.
That's what we should do. We should soup up a Fortrex with like a little RC car, or like a go-kart base or something, so that you can ride it like a little clown car.
You could have one foot in it and be like, woo.
Yeah, well, you know how the little clowns ride the little tiny bicycles? It could be like a little tiny go-kart thing.
A
base.
rideable Lego go-kart
and
would be quite the
decorated
engineering challenge.
That would be.
First of all, you have
Yeah,
to
if
have a
only
small
they would
person.
do that on some sort of like serialized TV show.
That would be cool.
syndicated
No, with
TV.
actual Lego pieces, not
That's
just
true.
building
They
a
gave him
go-kart.
base and then said,
Yeah.
"Hey, make this look cooler."
They just said they gave him they drilled a few Technic bricks into a go-kart and says decorate it. That's all they did. Yeah, no, I love what they did, but that is not what I'm talking about.
I agree with Morgan.
About what?
Demolition derby between Joe's car and the Fortrex. I know who wins that one.
Hey, I've got a Fortrex that needs to be built. We could work something out.
Ooh, I would love
Run it over.
Yeah.
I would just.
It would
run that
ruin
over.
all the pieces.
It would
but-
destroy them.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that would be mutilated.
and your tires probably wouldn't feel good after that either. But
I don't think they would mind at all.
You don't think they mind?
You
Okay.
got any other news?
I don't actually think.
All right, what
there's
about
anything.
store news? Chris is going down this weekend to the Orlando Brick Con.
Fest.
Con?
I don't know.
Con,
actually,
right?
is it a con?
Atlanta Brick.
I don't think
Orlando.
it is.
Show. Atlanta Brick.
I don't think it's
Convention?
con. It's
Brick
something
convention.
other than
Brick
that.
convention.
I think it
Is
might.
that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It has
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I'm thinking of the one. I'm thinking of the one later, the one in August.
Yeah.
This one is not con. It's
You're right.
something
Tampa
else.
Brick Con, I think,
That's
is
the one I was thinking
in
of,
August. But
Orlando.
Orlando Brick Convention. It's the
Yeah.
Brick Convention's the brand that's doing it.
Okay.
Like sort of maybe like they were sort of connected to Brick Universe before, but I think it's different. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Should be some cool mocks. Should be some cool people. I think a couple people who are watching, like Brad P and Grumpy J, were hoping to stop by for an hour.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Definitely show up, say hi to. It should be Chris and
Vogan.
Vogan.
Ed.
I'm sure is. Oh, Ed's going too.
Ed should
Nice.
be going.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I have to cover it for the week.
That's
Oh,
why
that's right, I'm working on
yeah,
that.
Sunday.
You're doing
you
Saturday.
guys are covering
Got to
very,
cover for Ed.
very nicely for Ed. But
That's right.
it's not con.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Somebody's
It's not
breaking into my
con.
apartment.
Someone broke into your apartment? Nice.
No, not really.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Just my
Anyway,
camera's going off.
Steal your Lego.
Gary
Yeah, steal my
dropping.
Titanic. So go check that out. Chris and Ed will be down in Florida.
Yeah.
There may be it may be a good time if you want to do some trade-ins down in Orlando. You could probably set up an appointment.
Mhm.
Again, you got to fill out the form, get an appointment. Don't just show
Yeah.
up.
Because
over
if
there,
you just
but
show up, you will not get
There's
help.
probably not going to be anybody there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to the brewery, have a beer. You know.
You could always do that,
Have some
but-
adult beverages.
Yeah. Gary dropping the Star Trek reference with con.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so we also have the Tampa convention. We have Brick World coming up in a few
Mhm.
months, so people are building for that.
I will be going to that one to work the booth.
Yep. The only way I would be going is if I was doing that with you guys, but
Right.
I don't think I will be. I'll probably be
Priorities.
Here, so.
Yeah.
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 So, yep. Looking forward to all those conventions. If you can, hopefully see us there. I think a lot of us will be either at the Florida ones or the Chicago ones will be there.
For
so,
sure.
Yep. All right. Anything else you want to talk about? I think
I
we
don't
can
know.
talk
Any
about your
other
trip a little
stories?
bit. I want to hear, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a brief.
what are some of the name 4 highlights of your trip here?
Stick around if you want to hear about New
Hobson,
Zealand.
obviously, that was definitely
Mhm.
the highlight. That was cool. The 12-mile hike we did over the crest of Mount
12
Doom.
miles. I'm proud of you, Joe.
It was my first real hike too.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Did
we
you,
in the
did you wear
first
flip flops?
No, I wore these actually.
Okay, all
Like
right. Well,
my,
that's at
one
least,
of 2 pairs of shoes. I
That at
have.
least looks like something you'd get at an athletic store.
I think they're running shoes, so
Yeah,
that
okay.
helped. But
Something.
no blisters, so that was a plus.
Yeah.
Good.
I
It
would've
was
put a damper
first
on you.
5 miles. We went up almost 3,000 feet in
Sheesh.
elevation up
Yeah.
the side of a couple mountains. So
Mhm.
the very treacherous,
Yeah.
very dangerous.
Treacherous.
One side there was a drop off. The other side a bigger drop off,
Did
and the
you
rocks
either-
were very loose.
Did you
Oh.
either carry someone on your back or have
No,
someone
I
carry
told
you
my
on your
sister.
back?
I said, I can't carry it for you, but I
Uh-huh.
also won't carry you.
I also.
Yeah.
That's
So
clever.
we were still using the line. We just changed it a little
What
bit.
was the rate of quotes
we
per
quoted
hour?
so much, and it's funny because when we were at Hobson, we were quoting Lord of the Rings, but we were quoting so many other franchises. We just were quoting every movie that anything came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
So like Narnia was showing up, Star Wars was showing up. We just
Mhm, mhm. I've never seen so much green in the entire galaxy.
we're quite quotable. We're quotacious.
Uh huh.
We're quotacious.
Quotolicious is the
That's
word.
the one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we went to Cormandel, which is where they filmed
No, it's pronounced Rivendell.
That was Raven Dance.
Yeah.
Riverdale. That's where they filmed part of Prince Caspian when they walk out of that tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
So we saw that arch.
Yeah.
We
Oh, that's
we drove
cool.
right past it on the water.
That's
so
cool.
that was really cool. And
Nice.
then we went to an iron sand beach, which was black sand. So that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
So we brought some of that home.
Nice.
In
That's
my
awesome.
kitchen.
You have a cup of black sand. and you
That's
can-
foreign soils. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's against the law.
No, they
Report
said
you.
they looked at it and they went, okay, and then put it back.
They didn't
Me
even-
flying from New
It probably
Orleans
looked
to
like
here is when they
didn't
were
even-
more worried.
They didn't
about
even
it.
test black sand. Probably looks like gunpowder.
I know.
They didn't even
tested. They tested it when I flew from New Orleans back to Atlanta, but
They
going through
did
customs,
some
they
kind
just
of
looked
swipe
at it
on
and put it back. And I was like, all right,
Okay,
I guess they
Atlanta.
know what it
All
is.
right.
So yeah, that was
Maybe
fun.
enough people come back from New Zealand that they know.
Yeah, that's fair. And
Black
just
sand
driving
comes
around
from
was
it.
a highlight because everywhere you drove, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it was fun driving on the other side of the road. That was,
The other side of the road, right?
yeah,
The
other
wrong
side.
side.
Everything
The
was,
wrong side, yeah.
Everything was opposite.
Well, when you're on the bottom of the planet, you got to be on the opposite side.
It's just science.
Yeah,
It's also why I look taller because
It's
I was
really
like
the
stretching
same
a little
because
bit.
it's like the mirror dimension and
Yeah,
the upside down.
basically. Yeah.
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 So it's like
The
Like,
worst part of
whirlpools
driving-
go the other way.
That's
and-
right. The worst part about driving on the other side was having your windshield wipers and your blinker switched.
Ah.
Because you have that automatic
Huh.
reflex of just
For your blinker?
hitting
Why
your
would they
blinker.
do that?
Because everything switched. So you're driving on the other side of the car. So that's
It's
also
mirrored.
switched. I don't know
But
why.
there's no reason
but I
for
hate it.
that.
You're right, and it's stupid. That annoyed the crap out of us because we kept hitting the windshield
Like the
wipers to
gas
turn.
pedal is still on the right and
I
the
know.
brake is on the
Yep.
left. That doesn't get
If
mirrored.
that had been switched, we would have died.
Yeah, it's not like the whole car is actually mirrored.
So I think in Australia it's not. It's everything's on the other side, but those are still the same as how we have it because we talked to some Australians about it there.
That's peculiar.
So I hated that, and I came home yesterday, or I drove to work yesterday morning, or Monday morning, and I went and turned on my windshield wiper. I was like,
Yeah, reset.
because I got used to
It'll
it.
come back to you faster.
I know. I'm
than
starting to
it
do
did
better
over
now.
there.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a fun trip. I could talk about it for a while.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to maybe do a video, like a tie-in with your set build and
Once I
stuff like
finish
that,
the
so.
beautiful Rivendell.
Exactly. Oh,
dance.
Pent Up Bricking says, share the load.
Let me help carry
Yeah.
the load.
And Contra Bricks Build Craze
Share
says,
the
hello, hello.
load. Huh?
It's 1:01 a.m. in Australia right now. So
Oof,
Oh, wow.
gross.
yeah, it's pretty early.
Well,
yeah.
but when you're upside down, it's 1:01 p.m., right?
Yeah, yeah,
so
exactly.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also winter here, so summer there.
Yeah,
Sam
it was late
says,
summer there.
I'm so jealous, Joe. Yeah, that's a pretty
It
cool
was
trip.
pretty great.
Probably
It
not
was-
jealous of that 16-hour flight, though. I mean,
Yeah, that
that's-
was blessed.
Gary wants to know if the toilet's flushed counterclockwise.
I didn't look at that.
Okay.
But that's funny that you mentioned that. You know when you go into a stall and close it and turn the lock?
Mhm.
That was the opposite.
What?
You turned it this way instead of
lefty,
this way.
lefty tighty, righty loosey.
I was like, what happened? Because I was like, why is it not turning? And then I went the other way. I was like, what?
Yeah, so it's instead of going.
Are all the
this
screws
way,
reverse
yeah.
threaded?
They
all the
must
screws
be.
and bolts reverse
They really want to be completely different.
They're
Contrary.
topsy turvy down there in the southern hemisphere.
Oh
That's
my
all right.
gosh.
We'll forgive them.
yeah.
Light switches are opposite too. You push them down to turn lights on. Oh
no,
my god.
that would be funny, but no.
No.
Again, when you're upside down, so the down for them is up. So it all makes sense. Trust me.
It all checks out,
It's just
right?
everything's inverse.
They do have different outlets that look like a screaming face, though.
Ours
sad screaming
look like a
face.
sad screaming face.
That's fair. Theirs just have the only
Is it the
difference
s-
is
is theirs
they're
the
slanted
slanted?
like this.
Oh.
They're slanted in.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just like
It's more like this. It's like the Scream face. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
That's topical again. Scream, right? Isn't there a new Scream movie?
I don't
coming
know. I
out?
don't pay attention to this.
Randy talks about that.
She would know.
Morgan
Morgan
says,
says, "What's Polar Express? Excuse me." I'm gonna assume that's sarcasm.
Yeah, hopefully.
maybe they don't have a Polar Express in Greece.
I don't know. It's not popular over there. Maybe Tom Hanks's weird computer-generated little boy body is not popular over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Randy says, "Yep, new Scream came out last weekend." So there you go.
last week.
There we go. There's Randy with
Quite recently.
with the horror movie news. All right, are we out of news? I think we've
Almost
I think
there.
we've
I
stretched
gotta
it.
bring up Nostalgia Clan. They said, "OMG, I'm so late." I'm sorry, Nostalgia Clan. We are wrapping it up here. I'm so sorry.
Hopefully, Grumpy J watches this later and gets his news about his his friendly wager.
We had a couple things we talked about today. Some good Lego news. I appreciate you guys joining us. It's
Yeah,
been
of
fun.
course.
Yeah.
We appreciate you joining us, dear watcher, viewer,
And
dear
listeners.
viewer,
You know,
A lot of people
listeners
actually
could
just
just
listen.
listen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. So, But thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like the video on your way out, and if you haven't subscribed already, please.
Wait,
do
did
so.
I like it? Wait, hang on, I gotta check.
I've
Yeah, I
liked
did.
it.
Okay, I did. I get it. Did
I've
you get
liked
Jim?
it.
I totally like it.
Okay, there we go. That's good. And we'll
In all
see.
seriousness, I'm gonna do a little extra one because
Okay.
apparently that's proven to work. We would appreciate it if you subscribe if you're not already, if you enjoy our content, because it does help us out a lot for sure.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
What
Anyway,
he said.
We'll be back with more videos all throughout the week. So take care. Bye bye.
see you later.
Bye, Felicia.
All right, who's stealing my Lego?
Yeah.